All right, what's good, guys? Trade recap time. I'm going to be going over the trade recap for the first play that we took on the $1,000 challenge account yesterday, and as well as the two that we took today. I'm recording this Thursday. We took two today, one yesterday. I'm going to go over both. Let's hop right into it. All right, guys. So the first play we took were puts, 512s. 512 DTE, 410 puts there on SPY. In the morning, we had a nice push to the upside before finding some resistance around 516. Then we flushed back down. Once we came back down, as you can see here, we took out highs right around there. And that was going to be a good initial entry for shorts, but I didn't get that initial entry. I kind of waited for confirmation since I was using a lower time frame. So once we started pushing back down, I looked for a retracement. We got a nice imbalance here into some internal range liquidity for value cap, imbalance, whatever you guys want to call it, right here. You can see here. And this is right around where I took my entry on these shorts. So once we tapped into this fair value gap, we actually tapped and rejected it a few times, which gave me good confirmation that we were going to start to push back down towards the downside. And let me set this up real quick. This is pretty straightforward. Position entry was right around here. Would have had my stop set to right around there. I personally don't set stops. I like to use mental stops. But this would have been my target. This was my target for that position. But we came down and I wound up getting stopped out on the rest of the contracts at break even. But we did get a nice move on that. I think at peak, from where I scaled at peak, I think they were up like 55 to 60% gain. Entry on those was at 57 a con, and my highest trim was at 90 a contract. So pretty decent move there. We wound up coming down there later in the day, as you can see here. We would have actually hit that take profit. But as you guys know, once my contracts hit 20%, I usually will set my stop back at either my entry / break-even price, whatever you want to call it. And if we keep pushing down further, I'm moving those stops down as we go. So, unfortunately, we got stopped out, but we still made a decent gain. That put the challenge account at, I believe, like $1,250, up 25% on the account as a total. I grabbed, how many contracts did I take on that? We grabbed 15 cons at 57 contract, which is like 850 into that position. So not bad, guys. Let's go on to the two trades that I took today. All right, guys. So the second play we took for the challenge account was this morning at around 10:50, 10:55. This morning we took those SPY 516, 411 calls. Did jump the gun on them a little bit early, but so this morning we came down, we flushed to the downside before coming right around this level here around 512.10 where we had that initial bounce. That's where I was mainly looking to get my first entry, but unfortunately we kind of did move quick and I wasn't able to grab that entry in time, so I was waiting for another retracement, which we got right around here, which is where I took my entry. Now, when I say I jumped the gun a little bit too early, I should have realistically waited for a retest of this low here or a retest back into this liquidity right on that imbalance here. I'll show you. Right around here. So this is really where I should have been taking my entry. Right in here. I jumped the gun here on this green candle once I saw this candle engulf. I thought we were going to push back to the upside a little bit quicker, but we came down, had a little bit of drawdown here on this play. Bounced right out of this fair value gap twice where we pushed to the upside. But the problem was these contracts, Theta kind of destroyed the contracts. And as we were just chopping like this and floating around this range, the premiums on our contracts winded up getting burned. I mean, we had like from where my entry was, which is right around 513.4, we pushed all the way up to like 514.2. And my contracts weren't even up 20%. So when we came back down and I came back down near break even, I wound up just cutting these. I think the initial entry was like $42 a contract, and my fill to close was $41 a contract. So I lost like $20 or so on that play, which does suck that we did get stopped out, because if I go to a bigger time frame here, we actually ripped for the rest of the day. This is right around where my initial entry was, where we got that little bit of consolidation. Then we finally broke out to the upside. Once we broke here, we tested this high, consolidated a little bit more, and then we had news come out right around here at 1 p.m. We had bond auction. We had bonds come out. That pushed us even further to the upside. Pretty much for the rest of the entire day, we just blew through all levels here. We broke through this high, broke through this high, and tested this high right here. We filled that gap too. So, yeah, unfortunately, we did get stopped out of that. And on the way up, while we were writing this consolidation, I also did take a short position that I'm going to go into in a second. But, yeah, guys, not too bad of a loss on that play. Definitely recoverable. Managed risk fairly well, even though we did wind up cutting those at break even. 90% of the time, you are better off when you're seeing positions not going your way like that, and the contracts are just not going your way either. So let's hop into the second play. All right, guys. So the third position we took for the $1,000 to $10,000 challenge account were these SPY 513 411 puts. We grabbed 10 contracts at $38 a contract. So this is then that consolidation period that I was talking about before, where we kind of created a little range, chopped here for a bit. But we created a high right around 515.5, where we came back up, swept that high right here. And I also had noticed buyers were starting to slow down a little bit. So I was expecting a retracement once we did sweep that high, and we did get it. I did wind up scaling out 3 contracts at around, what was my first scale? Or my entry was at $38 a contract. I had scaled 3 contracts at $50 a contract, which is like 30%. But we found a low, pretty much took out this low right here at 514.9, and pushed right back up to the upside. You can see we retested this like 2 or 3 other times. Where's my little tool? Yeah, so this was a pretty strong level here that we were just unable to break below. And yeah, we kind of just ranged here. Wound up getting stopped out of the rest of these contracts at break even, or actually a little bit under break even, because we had that big move. I held these through the beginning of news, where we did get a nice dip down to retest that 514.9 level again, but we bounced right off that, and then this candle right here just pushed us right through. We broke out a structure right here and just pushed to the upside. So I did wind up selling the rest of the contracts for a little bit of a loss, which actually put me red on the trade, which is unfortunate. Again, 2 red trades on the day. It was a tough day to trade. Honestly, I probably should not have traded with the amount of news we had coming out today, but is what it is. Could have been worse. I think the challenge account is down 7% total, so nothing too crazy. It's still over like $1,150, so we're still looking good. It's only day 2. Tomorrow is Friday, so I'm going to try and take a trade early in the morning and then be done. Just a one and done trade. Put the account in a good spot to set us up for next week, and that is pretty much it, guys. I'm going to be also trying to do these trade recap videos every single day, like daily, for every trade we take on the challenge account, so you guys can kind of get a feel of what I'm looking at, why I'm taking the trades, and whatnot, and basically just kind of guide you guys a little bit along the way of how I build these, small account challenges, these small challenge accounts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I cannot speak right now. I'm tired. I gotta get some more work done after this, and then I'm probably gonna take a nap. But yeah, if you guys have questions, or you want me to go over any specific topics, or there's something that you didn't understand that I mentioned in this video, let me know in the comments, and I will get back to you. I'll get back to every comment. So yeah, guys, it's been your boy YOLO. I will catch you guys tomorrow on the charts, bright and early at open. We're gonna kill the market tomorrow. Going to the weekend, rest up, come in replenished for Monday and absolutely kill it next week. So, yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Peace.